Okay, so today we are going to identify our portrait. We know that is a picture of a person. We're going to explore with different color hues as they relate to skin color. We will learn that skin colors are different tints, tones, and shades of color hues. We're going to get to explore the tools used to mix polymer clay. We are going to learn how to compose a sculpture of a group of people. And then finally, we are going to complete our sculpture portrait from clay by mixing different hues to make your skin tone with a background and texture. So this is a lot. We're going to break it down into the first of the portrait and exploring the color hues related to the skin. So as you can see, here's our complexion color wheel. And we have the tint that's adding white, the tone, which is, sorry, white and the black, and then the shade that is the black, and then the pure color of the hue. Now, luckily, we are going to use this as a guide for us to try to mix our own skin color. So, first things first, we need to decide what skin color we're closest to by looking near your skin and judging off of whether you needed more of a shade or more of a tint for these natural colors. And just looking at my skin, I definitely am closer to that tint side. And we're going to pull off just a little bit and warm it in our hands. Now, if you needed to mix this color up a little bit more, we can add tiny bits. If you wanted it to be darker, we're going to add little bits at a time to try to mix to our color skin tone. And looking at this, mine actually needs, it's pretty close, but I'd say I need a little bit of some of this terracotta color. So I'm going to add a little bit of a darker tone, just a tiny pinch, put it in there, and I'm going to mix it together in my hands. And so your objective today is to try to get your skin color mixed. Once you have a good color that you're like, well, that's pretty close, and you can always add more dark. It's harder to take the dark away. So we try to stay with the lightest colors first and then add a little bit of dark at a time to get that color. Let's check this hue. And I'd actually say this is pretty close if you're seeing it in the real light. It's pretty close to my skin color. I'm going to pull a little piece off that I might use for my neck and my shoulders, and I'm going to keep this separate from my head. Now, when we're doing our sculpture, after you're done, you can take your time now. I can pause the video while we all play with our, to try to mix our skin colors according to this complexion. But after you do this, we are going to decide to do your facial shape and your expressions. So things like your hair and your eyes are all going to be also done with these colors. So I'm going to first decide an expression I'd want. I'm probably going to try for a happy face. And I have now this yellow card because this is how big total our sculpture needs to be. We want it to be kind of flat and only fit in this yellow design. So this will be our background too. So as I'm like moving around my clay, remember I pulled some to the side for those details like my ears. You want to add all those on, and you can start to build your person and your facial structure. Best thing about clay is that the modeling clay, you don't have to wait and attach things with water. You can push down your clay and smooth it that way. All right, so I'm adding some ears, and as you can see, my one ear is a little bigger than the other, and I really like this one. I'm not a fan of this one. So I might go into my tools and just try to sculpt it a little bit better with some of the tools that I'm given. So, and this is just a really quick demo example. I want you to take your time on yours, but I'm just lobes, things like that. Okay. And then I'm going to get to building that face. So I'm going to start with a happy face. I would like some eyeballs. So you only need a pinch of everything because you're making a small sculpture. But remember, you want to start from the back things and work your way up. So I can start with my eyes. Try to get my shape that way. Use your tools. I even have in the bucket some toothpicks if you want some fine cutting tools, but you're going to build from back forward. All right, and I'll be coming around with questions, but remember to have all of the parts of your face, your eyes, your nose, and your mouth before we would begin our background. So go ahead, have some fun sculpting, and make your sculpture face. Before we quit for the day with our sculptures though, even if you're not done, this is going to be a 2-day project. In your bin there should be some pencils, or you can use your crayons at your table, and you're going to write your name on your yellow paper so we know whose project is whose. Okay, so have fun sculpting, and I can't wait to see your examples.